Hello everyone, name's Mr. Stunt and welcome back to my Let's Play of Dishonored. Last episode we defeated the Lord Regent, and now we'll just have to coronate Emily and we'll be done. In theory we've won, but something tells me the game's not over yet, so let's see. Coronation Eve, the Lord Regent has been defeated and the reign of Emily Coldwin is now assured. All that remains is to see her safely escorted to Dunwall Tower, where she will assume her position on the throne.
Big changes. Makes me uneasy, to tell the truth. A small fry like me always gets the worst of it. But maybe it's going to be different now. The Lord Regent is gone. The Abbey has a new High Overseer. I'm guessing our work is almost done. The others are in the bar. No doubt waiting to raise a glass in your name. Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind. Reflect on things while we have a moment.
Makes sense, Samuel.
Congratulations, Corvo.
Thank you. Celebrate with the loyalists in the bar. Maybe this is true. Maybe we are done. We'll see.
I know it's a good day, but the rats are still here, aren't they? I look out at the river and still see the bodies going by. I wonder if the Admiral could get me a post in the Navy. I don't need anything fancy. I guess you'll be headed back to the tower soon. Gonna be a little easier this time, I hope. The river was in a temper this morning. Oh, it's got moods, it does, like my poor wife used to. If you should have any need of me, I'll still be ready to go, Corvo. Just because the Lord Regent is defeated doesn't mean I'll get lazy.
Thanks, man. You can see the tower, the clock tower, even from here.
I'm taking part in history here.
We heard that one already. So let's see, they're waiting for me on the bar. I don't know if we can talk with Sokolov though. Sup?
Back already? I'm happy to talk. I suspect my charm is the only thing keeping me alive. I'm beginning to suspect the Lord Regent is no longer in power. Am I correct? If so, either my usefulness is at an end, or else it is just beginning. You'd be foolish to kill me now. I can help your cause. I have inventions no one knows about. Piero's not such a bad fellow. I wish he'd forget about that business at the Academy. There's something odd about you. As I might have mentioned, I know that mark on your hand. Have you ever dealt in black magic? Piero's not such a bad fellow. I wish he'd forget about that business at the Academy.
Is that it? Okay, well. What a beautiful dawn. So let's see. Before going there, let's explore a little bit. Let's see if Piero's here. Either him or one of his audiographs, as always.
Won't be long now, barring some unfortunate turn of events or betrayal. I will soon have a very astonishing title. Royal Physician. No, it's too much like Sokolov. Maybe it's time for a change. A reimagining, something that will shake the Academy of Natural Philosophy to its stones. Royal Alchemist. Physicist. Royal Astrological Metaphysician.
Don't celebrate too soon, mate. Okay.
This is the story of the fancy-dressed lady and the naked man. Once upon a time, there was a fancy-dressed lady, and she came to the madam and said that the naked man wanted something, and she was mad about it. And then the naked man came in, and he said it was just what he always gets. And the madam said, if that's what he wants, it'll be 10 coin each time. And that it was Beatrice he'd be wanting to visit. And the fancy-dressed lady said, see? And then she left. And then the naked man said Beatrice would do. And the madam said, 10 coin, Custis. And the naked man said, Lord Pendleton. The end.
Nice story. I personally like the ending. The Hound Pits. Let's see if there's anything on my room. Anything here? Doesn't seem like it. Nope. Well, we can explore the Hound Pits pub, starting from this floor. Especially interested in Havelock and Pendleton's room.
This was never my idea. He knows that. Certainly I am not completely guiltless, but with my position, he would be a fool to come for me. And if he does, I have much to offer. Extensive business opportunities. So he'll see reason, if it comes to that.
If it comes to that, who's Trevor talking about? Who would come for him? Is it Doubt? Is it me? And if it's me, why? Things to consider. Havelock log entry number 6. This one is new? Yes, it is. So we read number 5. Let's see with number 6. Until we get through all this and hold the coronation, nothing certain. Dunwall Tower has got its own culture. No telling what could happen if we moved into the place too soon. The next steps must be handled carefully. Things are happening quickly now. I need time to think. Yeah. The thing is, thinking could be either very good or very bad, depending on the thoughts.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Please prepare for a temporary disruption in city government services. Remain alert for further details.
Yeah, the government should be in disarray right about now. There's no one in the throne, no one ruling right now, seeing how the Lord Regent, well, committed political suicide, really. I'd say we're done. We are ready to be met.
Corvo! Everyone says you did something good tonight.
You have no idea.
We're leaving tomorrow, aren't we? I don't know if I want to go back to the tower. I can be Empress from anywhere, right? Maybe a ship.
Long live the Empress. Celebrate with the loyalists in the bar.
Damn me, he's done it. Word is spreading all over the city. The tyranny is over. By this time tomorrow, Emily will be on the throne. After that, we'll clear your name and put everything we've got into rebuilding the city.
I wish there were more of a city to rule. Most of Dunwall is rats.
My drink is a different color, isn't it?
The Admiral's right, I'm afraid. Corvo, you did your job while
I
the rest of us
wondered
sat on our
why.
asses. Our work starts tomorrow.
Tonight, rest easy. Tomorrow, we crown an empress. To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Cole, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
My drink is of a different color indeed.
She'll need higher mathematics, court protocol, and cosmology, of course. Do you provide these things?
Of course not, no. I just think I should have a central role. She trusts me.
It's true, she does, but she should trust all of us. Don't you trust me, Callista?
Yeah, I don't like this one bit.
Hello, Corvo. The Pendletons owe you a debt. At last, an empress on the throne again. Blood will tell. I'll actually miss this dank, dreary building when we return to the manor. So many dead. When things are better, I will suggest my lord fund a memorial to them. Everyone deserves to be remembered. I'll need some men to move these furniture back to the manor.
You don't want to talk with me? Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's fairly obvious what's happened already, so I ain't gonna just explain it to you.
Do you know Emily is quite special? She's learned from all of us, you especially. She trusts you absolutely, I believe. What will you do after this, I wonder? Get married? Just think, I'll have tutored an empress. It will be good to hear people laugh in the streets again. Emily's happier, I think. She's such a quiet child sometimes. I know we're supposed to relax now. I wish I could.
Same.
Admiral Havelock smells like tobacco. Do you think I can order him to throw in his cigars? How many dresses will I have when I'm Empress? Callista says 100, but I just don't know if that's enough. I made a list of all the swear words the Admiral uses, but Callista made me throw it away. You're not going to leave me when I'm Empress, are you? I hope I'll make a good Empress. Overseer Martin says I will.
We took control of the Abbey through blackmail, but perhaps over time we can wield a more legitimate authority.
I wouldn't count on that.
Callista is losing her faith, I fear. I must speak to her about that.
Speak.
Callista is a special case. She has more influence over Emily than anyone else, except maybe you.
And you don't like that, do you?
Campbell's Black Book lets me control the Abbey, but only at a price. The outsider has failed at destroying Dunwall. The people have been brought to their knees, but they are strong and are beginning to rise again.
I must have a portrait made. Maybe Sokolov will do it, after what we've been through here.
I really must get a wife. Still a few boils left, I suppose. Now, which was the prudish one again?
Emma? Esma, I think? Something like that.
Wonder what the histories will say of me. I must remember to burn that one.
Why did you create it in the first place?
You speak less and do more than any man I have known. I swear I'll help you find the murderer who struck down the Empress. Your life will be changed. Very soon.
Oh, that I'm sure.
When this is over, I'm going to have a truly fantastic set of clothes made. Emily comes first. In a pinch, Wallace could manage the estate.
Emily's first act will be to rescind the warrant for your arrest. We can finally take that mask off. The city watches rot through and through. Time to impose a little Navy discipline.
Yeah. Shouldn't that be Emily and not you, Havelock?
There's a pretty little forest just north of Holdfast, just waiting to be turned into frigates.
Why does it
always drink free at the Hound Pit? You know, we should hold a reunion each year.
Yeah, why does it feel like you're already giving out orders?
One of the strangest campaigns I ever fought.
As if you were in charge.
Eat well tonight, Corvo. You've earned it. We'll find this man down. Part of the Lord's Regent's ring of skulking spies and killers, no doubt.
And that's it. They don't want to talk anymore.
Do you think Piero will ever want to marry? I mean, hypothetically. You talk to him more than I do.
Yeah, she has a crush on Piero. Why? I have no clue.
Congratulations, Mr. Corvo. Maybe they'll let me sleep in tomorrow.
Emily is taller and more beautiful each day. The Lord Regent falls, and I'm still here. Something good is coming. I could feel it.
I mean, something good is coming. But for it to arrive, something horrible will happen. She doesn't seem to want to talk anymore. Well, we need to go and rest. But as you've seen for the last 5 minutes, not everything is as easy as it seems.
Samuel, you move like you've been drinking. Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
Now, what do we have here?
It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last. Just as you wanted.
You've done a fine job.
Remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin. You'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
Yes, sir.
Bastards.
I'm sorry something terrible, Corvo. But I only gave you half the poison. They were watching me and it was all I could think to do. I think you're strong enough to survive that.
Based, Samuel.
I'll put you on a raft and then I've got to ship out myself before they find out I've gone against their wishes. Snakes. They'll want to do the same to me as soon as I've outlived my uses.
Yep, don't doubt it.
Hopefully you'll wake up and find your way out of this cursed city.
Or find my way back here and kick their asses. Flooded district. That last conversation... Well, the loyalists betray you no matter what. This is a big theme in the game, and that is whether or not power corrupts. You can see that in the Lord Regent and each of his allies. You can see this now with the loyalists, and it's also a theme with the powers of the game. Whether you go low chaos and contain your hand, or high chaos and kill everyone with the powers you've been given. It's a theme that touches the entire story. And no matter what, the loyalists betray you. They betray you for different reasons, depending on whether you've been a nice guy or you've been a complete psychopath and ruined the entire city, killing everyone. As for Samuel, in low chaos, he's a good friend of you. He's a true bro, and he dislikes poisoning you, so he only gives you half of the poison and wants you to survive. He wants you to rescue Emily. In high chaos, he does the same thing, but he himself says how he doesn't even know why he's saving your life, because he hates you, because you've become a monster. But anyway, he leaves us in a random boat, and we find our way to the flooded district. So let's see here. Adrift. Betrayed by Havelock, Martin and Pendleton, you were only saved at the last moment by Samuel the boatman, who left you adrift in a ruined section of Dunwall. Now, we heard about the flooded district before. We know this is where the plague victims are being sent by the guard. And it's also implied throughout the game that this is where a certain group of assassins live, so let's see. The flooded district.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned. Tivian stuff.
Amateur work. He'll live.
That's up to Dowd.
The one loose end that we still have. Besides the loyalists, obviously. Dowd. Leader of the Whalers, killer of the Empress. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the flooded district.
I know a great deal, bodyguard. I recognize those marks on your hand. A gift from your friend. The one who talks to you in the dark. Talks to you when you visit his shrines. I visited those shrines too. And I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your Empress. But I don't know you. Who you are, and who you fight for. You're a mystery. And I can't allow that.
Well, there goes my equipment. I like you too, bro. And here we are again, in the void. Remember this place? Let's see what our black-eyed friend wants.
Here you are at last, in a ruined and drowning world, held captive by the man who killed your Empress, the assassin Dowd. Your friends poisoned you and dumped your body in the river. Did they do it to protect themselves, so no one would ever know what they'd done? Or was it because they were a single move away from controlling an empire, and they knew you'd never let them manipulate Emily? Maybe none of these. Perhaps that's just the nature of man.
The Flooded District. Betrayed and poisoned by Havelock, Martin and Pendleton, you've awakened in the ruins of the Flooded District, where the assassin Dowd has you under guard. Recover your gear, confront Dowd, and find a way out of the Flooded District. Yeah, that will stop me. This is easily... well, they take away my equipment, but they don't take away my mask. This is easily one of the things that make less sense in the game. Dowd is marked by the outsider. Same as I, so he knows what I'm capable of. Does he really think that this place, this cell, will stop me with a wooden trapdoor of all things? So yeah, there are two ways to exit this place. We can either possess a rat and get away through the hole, or we can simply take the bricks and break that. I've killed my cellmates, at least one of them. There you go. And once you've destroyed this, you can either use blink or just double jump. That was easy. Seriously, it makes no sense for you to get trapped here. Find a way into Dowd's territory. Okay. Dowd's character changes a little bit if you've played the DLC. I'd say it's obvious that when they designed the game, I have half health, by the way. They didn't think, like, they didn't have the DLC planned yet, because there's a couple of things that don't make a lot of sense if you've played the DLC. Like, there's a couple of things that are either slightly retconned or something. Here's an overseer. Letter to Overseer Franklin. Overseer Franklin, wasn't it? When we speak next, I hope you will tell me two things. First, what do the strictures tell you about being imprisoned in a cell you could easily escape, where your legs not shattered? Secondly, how your kind knew the location of our base, and what exactly you hoped to accomplish there by marching a hopelessly outnumbered band of fools through chest-high water. Doubt. Well, I'm pretty sure he won't tell you anything, seeing how he's dead. Why the Overseers fought the Whalers is something that's explained in the DLC too. And let's see here. Unknown assailant for the kidnapping of Sokolov. Different targets. Isaac. Blue-handed Jane. Slackjaw. Thank you. We have absolutely nothing. We don't even have our elixirs. Yep, that's not great. We still have the heart though.
They butchered the deep ones here, breathing in the rich stink of their enchanted flesh.
We are in a refinery, after all. We've heard... there's someone. We've heard throughout the entire game that the Whalers have the suits of people that worked in these kind of places with the whale oil and shit, so...
When the seawall broke, many strange things were drowned and forgotten. They bring the bodies here with rough hands in cages. Some of them are still breathing. The water is so cold, and it is the last thing they feel. These waters are greedy. They will never give back what they have taken. Even the terrible floods were not enough to wash away the sorrows of Dunwall.
Bounty Ledger. Excerpt from a Bounty Ledger. Cronigan, eliminated, 50 coins paid. Sallard, location unknown. Elizabeth, abducted, delivered, 2000 coins paid. Booth, eliminated. Payment refused. Employer, eliminated. Unknown to masked man, revealed to be Corvo. Slackjaw, location unknown. Corvo, in custody, to be delivered alive. Now, as you can see, we have no weapons, so we can choose to either use for a short amount of time the Assassin's Blade or the Overseer's Saber. Report to Doubt. This is a musical device that the Overseer had strapped to his chest. While it was functioning, we were unable to perform transversals or tetherings. I suggest we all get a good look at it. So I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna show you we'll use the Overseer Saber. I'm gonna show you how the Assassin's Blade looks like. The reason why we'll use the Saber is because you use this sword during the DLC, so we'll have more opportunities to see it in combat. I believe they all have the same stats, like they all kill the same way. Looks pretty cool. Has a nice design. Here we are again. Look at that. I love the design of this weapon. Okay, well, at least we are armed, so that's something. Corvo's bounty note. Doubt. Finding Corvo in possession of that mask could have been an elaborate frame job, but now the newly minted Lord Regent Havelock is announcing to all the city that he has proof linking Corvo to the masked felon. The bounty is 30,000 coins, but if Corvo truly is the masked felon and is responsible for all the things the wanted posters accuse him of, I expect the bounty to double. Because we have him alive, we should be able to barter for even more. Regarding Slackjaw, we watched him for a week, and when we were ready to make our move, he suddenly disappeared. Maybe he left the city. Nah, he didn't. Rulfio. This note isn't changed, regardless of if you've played the entire game Ghost style. That is, not a single guard sees you. So even if you've played the game that way, Rulfio still says that the masked felon is responsible for all the things the wanted posters accuse him of, even if you wouldn't appear in the wanted posters. In canon, people do see the masked felon. In fact, by the end of the week, he's become kind of a myth in Dunwall for all the things you do during the night. Now, we saw the shadow of a whaler up there, so we know they're following us, or well, they're watching us, so we'll have to be careful about that. Now, let's see, let me save. I don't know whether to use bend time or not, there's one. I don't want them, I could take them out, but I don't want them to see me, because dialogue later on changes. So I think I will use just bend time, and let's see. There's one, there's the other one. There's a note here. The Brigmore job. Rinaldo, do the job as you were told and do not question my planning again. Yes, the woman who met in the ruins of the Brigmore Manor possesses abilities like her own, and they use poisons administered by Dart. But just as you share my ability to blink across space through the transversal trick, you also inherit my resistance to some toxins. As I told you when you first joined us, it is another of my gifts that whoever serves me loyally shares in some of my power. This may or may not aid you against their poisons. The leader of the Brigmore Witches must pay for her betrayal. If you succeed, your share will be enough to build a fine home in Serkonos in your old age, assuming you live. I think this is a typo actually. This looks like it says Serkonas, not Serkonos, like the letter is different. I think this is an A, shouldn't be. But yeah, this is what I mean when I say that the DLC either wasn't planned or changed. Because it says here that the leader of the Brigmore Witches must pay for her betrayal. But if you play the DLCs, the leader of the Brigmore Witches does indeed come into contact with Doubt, and that's pretty much the point of the entire DLC. But she doesn't betray you, because she's never at your side, you know? But yeah, as you saw throughout the entire game, Corvo has a range of powers. He has Blink, he has Bend Time, he has Wind Blast. Different marked people have different powers. Doubt doesn't have the same powers as Corvo does. Doubt has a power, I don't remember its name right now, but his power allows him to share his powers with other people. That's how the Whalers have powers. Doubt shares his powers with his men, so They can't use the same level of powers, their versions are weaker, but they can still blink, for example. Whenever they disappear, they are actually using Daud's version of blink, which is a little bit different than Corvo's version of blink. And that's how they can do it. Now I'll stop reading this note and I'll run away because I don't want the whalers to see me. Nice and easy, they have not seen me. It was really stupid to leave me in that shitty cell and after that just leaving a couple of whalers here to quote-unquote watch over me. Oh well. Radshore waterfront. Here we are. We are out. Again, welcome to the flooded district. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's where we need to go. This is where we climbed up. Daud met us there. That's where our equipment is. We need to take it back. I did not know you could come down, up. Whatever. Okay, again. If you're playing the game normally, that obviously doesn't happen, but if I stand around and talk because of how this is a playthrough, then things are fucked. So yeah, we won't stop now. Welcome to this place. We need to go there. It looks beautiful. Really does. Okay, let's get going. Water. That means hagfish. Lots of hagfish. And also this entire place is flooded, so weepers and shit. And river crests, obviously. Huh. I wonder if there's anything up there. I don't think there is anything. Whatever. Agrush Way. Now, I know this is probably the level that I know the least. I do miss normally a lot of things in this level. Relocated and kind of flooding, yeah, right. I miss a lot of things in this level. But I know there's a lot of like moments like this where there are buildings with windows and stuff you can enter. So let's see what we can find. Alright, some money. Not bad. I love how at the end of the last video I worried about not having enough elixirs and remedies, but now I'm stripped of them anyway, so... Okay. Yeah, that's not great. Can you stop, please? Ah, come on. I thought I would climb the chain. Now it tells us to go that way to get our gear, but we can actually take a shortcut through here. And that's actually faster. So as you can see, overseers, dead, with bolts in their head and stuff. Bolt in their knee, I'm not gonna make the joke. And because this is not our equipment, the pistol is unupgraded. So this way to Daud's vase. Yeah, I'm not going there yet. It's easy to miss that you can climb up here and go down. You'd normally have to go your way around. But as you can see, with a little bit of planning, we are inside. This was a massacre. A freaking bloodshed. Look at that. These grenades will be useful, by the way. We have crossbow bolts, but we don't have crossbows. The whalers obviously use crossbows too, but they don't use the same model we use. They use a wrist-mounted crossbow. We'll see it in the DLC. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Yeah, they give you a lot of grenades, and for good reason. Fuck. There you go. These are a little bit tricky, but... Come on, stop shooting. Go back to your resting phase. Nice. Is there anyone left? No? No one left? Okay, what about you? Thanks for your ammo and your grenades. Orders from High Overseer Campbell. I bid you safety and courage on your expedition. The assassin Dowd and his cultist followers are commonly known as the Whalers due to the oil worker masks they wear. Beware, for Dowd may possess power and resistance beyond expectation. Tread with extreme caution, their infamy is well earned. They are based inside the Chamber of Commerce building in the ruins of Central Radshore. All roads to this area have been blocked, with the exception of the elevated rails. Find the rail station in the Radshore market. March carefully, for the cultists undoubtedly employ spies to watch the route. High Overseer Campbell. Well, at least now we know exactly where Dowd is. That is the Building of Commerce. Remember that we can take the pearls for that sweet, sweet money. Come on. Yeah, I'd say that's it. Money is not a problem, really. Even more so this late into the game, so... Okay, or I can just be dumb. As I said, normally you'd go the other way around and then get out here, and that way you'd end up in Dowd's base in the entrance, so you'd open that wheel and whatever. But we're being more clever. Yep, weepers. Yeah. Overseer's warning. The assassins sprung their trap as we tried to cross the narrow bridge. At that choke point they were able to pick us off, one by one. We thought we could draw them inside, where great numbers could make more of a difference, but it didn't matter. Now I'm the only one left alive, and I feel that slipping from me minute by minute. Please, if a second group attempts to come through this way, beware of the bridge. They are listening for the sound of the door opening. Keep an eye on the rooftops. Even a small number of them is more than a match. We'll have to be careful then. Look at this. Oil and stuff, all just destroyed. The city could really use this oil, but here's the thing: to get it, they'd have to get here, and no one wants to go to the flooded district. As you can see, this is what we saw from the other side. Candle quality, wax. Huh. That's a corpse. There's a rune and a bone charm there.
The river rushed in when the barrier broke. A whole district went dark. They butchered the deep ones here, breathing in the rich stink of their enchanted flesh.
Okay, that leads back to the other level. So as you can see, there's different ways to enter and stuff. Huh. That's a... yeah, that's a fire bottle. One that the gangs use. I don't think there's anything down there. There are weepers and there's food. Maybe there's a couple of coins, but it's really not that useful. So let's just move on. The Graves Lightning Oil Refinery. Find a way inside the refinery. Yeah, I'll try. As you can see, the whaler masks that they used to be used in work and stuff. Few coins. Refinery manager's log. Excerpt from a work log. The tankers marked Batch B, coming from the whalehouse slaughter yard, need to be connected to the deeper pipe route only. These barges contain blubber from the juvenile whales and have to undergo a different refinement process to ensure the same level of potency. We need to get the tankers emptied and back out to the whalehouse as fast as possible. Greaves Lightning Oil Company is on track for record profits this quarter, and I want it to be the refinery that gets the credit for it, not those ass scratchers at the whalehouse. So it needs to be connected to the deeper pipe row only. What if it's not done that way? Some remedy, thank fuck. Okay, we're full health. That's actually great news. I opened this. Yep, I did. Nope, don't double jump into the roof, Corvo. There you go. Okay, so we need to access that. How? I guess we could simply blink. Maybe. But let's do it the quote-unquote right way. Stir control. That's interesting, but... well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Corpse in the middle of the tracks. I don't know if you can hear it, but yes, there you go. This is locked, but it leads to the other side where the weepers are. Have 6 grenades, so... I love that sound. Huh. Ooh. Yeah, there's some more over there. Okay. Anyone else want a piece of me? Yes, they do. Anyone else? No? Thank you. Let me loot this. Let's try not get cocky now. I'm fairly sure we'll find even more. Maybe a weeper heard me. Whatever, I'm fairly sure we'll find even more overseers with grenades, so that won't be a problem. Now this is a nice little bit of well, storytelling. Environmental storytelling. So you have this boat full of empty oil tanks, and you have this guy here, dead. Now, he doesn't seem afflicted by the plague, and there are river crashes over there, so I'd say it's a fair assumption to say that he got here and then got killed by the river crashes. And then you have this note. Letter to Stu. Hey Stu, here's the deal. The old Greaves refinery still has vats filled with processed whale oil that no one's touched. We just need to collect a bunch of empty tanks and use the pumps they have at the front station to fill them back up. With the water level so high, we'd be able to pull a boat in and out, no problem. Just don't go alone. There's river crusts everywhere. Those critters are rough. Mitch. So we can assume that Stu did go alone, so he didn't have to share with Mitch. And well, the rest is history. That gives us an idea also, and as you can see, mission clues. The refinery has machinery to refill whale oil canisters. We can expect that much. After all, we saw it back there, how there were vats full of oil still. And even if you don't take those, you have the same machine here that there was back at Piero's. So we can take this, we can put it here, and this fills the whale oil. Now, why would you want that? Well, for starters, let's actually make use of it. This is, after all, free grenades. Okay, that still gives us another one. Oh, these guys actually dealt with all of them. Who the hell keeps seeing me? Are those two whalers? I sure hope they aren't. Well, whatever. So we can take this, put it here, fill it with oil, and remember the lever we saw up there? Well, it turns out this thing isn't powered. Now it is. Don't think there's anything else here. Doesn't seem like it. And that activates the stairs. We'll take that rune after the fact. Yep, the control room back there. And that's it. Now we can just go up. Here we are. We can even hear the bone charm under us. Rat scent. Rats attack you only when you walk closer. Not that useful. This place is falling apart, which makes sense. This is a little optional area, which has a few coins. You're given way more money than you need. You're seriously given way more money than you need. Steady now.
Why did you come back here?
Hard to say, but we should watch the streets. We'll see him from the rooftops.
All right. If nothing else, we can cut him off at the market.
We can't get through the rail station without the key.
This one is resourceful. He'll find a way.
And there they use blink. The way to Dowd's base is through the Central Radshire rail station. The door to the station is kept locked. Don't worry, I'll find the key. Now they said... There it is. They said, why would he come back here? Seriously? Seriously, did you not see Dowd throwing my equipment in here? Are you seriously wondering why would I return here? That's probably the most asinine thing you could say. But hey, here we are. Remember that place? That's where we were. Yeah, you know, it doesn't connect. Like, that should be open. But that's where we were. Just a little mistake by the designers. Is it though? We saw the side of the building, not the front. Maybe that's not it. Maybe I'm confusing it. Maybe it was over there. Whatever the case, that's the commerce building. That huge white building. That's where Dowd is. That's where we need to go. And that statue, that low poly statue, we'll see it better once we get there. This is Jessamine. This is a statue to Jessamine Coldwin. Yep, not the last time we'll see it. It has relevance in the story. Well, relevance. Kind of. We'll talk about it once we get there. That's the Drunken Whaler song. Probably the most famous song of this game. It's the Drunken Sailor song, but changed to Whaler. You can see it on YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. There were like a lot of trailers with this song and stuff. Pretty creepy. Okay, the Gribb's Whale House. Excerpt from a book on well-established companies in Dunwall. In the early days, when the ships brought in the great dead whales, men would slaughter them and reduce the blubber to oil in massive vats on the banks of the Wrenhaven. Small crews maintained their own vats, with workers specializing as fire tenders, slicers, gutmen, haulers or strainers. Inevitably, once the demand went up, the businessmen moved in, wooing the best crews with promises of better pay and safer conditions. The warehouses went up at the edges of the Rothshire financial district almost overnight. None was more organized, or as some would say more ruthless, than the Greaves Whalehouse, opened by Ebenezer Greaves himself. The Greaves Whalehouse grew rapidly, absorbing rivals until it dominated the trade. At its peak, the operation employed over 300 workers, not including the children who filled minor and often tragic roles. Those associated with the refinery were recognizable by their head-to-toe industrial leather uniform and the masks they wore to protect against fumes. And now they're being used for another completely unrelated sting. On hunting whales. Except from a forward gaffer's journal by Old Graham, this new ship made by that Sokolov fellow make life easier than it was in my youth, I'll tell you what. Here we were at the mercy of the winds. Nowadays the engines get up at first whale sign and there ain't time enough to rush the boys from their bunks for you're on the herd. I'm sorry, but it's kind of... whatever. We call out the biggest bastard we can lay eyes on and the pilots drag us from the circling brutes. Then things groan and bellow across the water like they're calling to each other. Men below say you can feel it in the hull. But when the harpoons go in, the beast cannot make for deep water no more. When it wicks from Lost Blood, we launch the hook boat and put chains into the tail. Then the winches drag the bastard backward up the chute and into the rigging overhead. There you go, that's how they hunt whales in the Dishonored universe. Now this is a bridge, but it doesn't have power, so... Refinery foreman's note. Tell your shift captain to assign a maintenance berg for every shift. The conduits keep shortening up out here. A list authorizes us to put a whale oil canister in the backup receptacle next to the bridge to keep the power flow steady. We're Greaves Company for crying out loud. You think we'd be able to afford an extra one of our own tanks? Or if you need me to make it simple for you, with no power, the bridge stays up. If the bridge stays up, we can't access the refinery pit. No pit access, we don't do our jobs. Plain and simple. So we need to go down there to get the freaking equipment. So we might as well do it right. Here we have another one of the whaler's swords. Okay, yeah. Let's go! We'll end this entire segment without being able to use the sword, but come on, it looks cool, doesn't it? Sick design. And there's our gear. But as you can see, as you can hear, and actually see too, there are weepers about. Remember that we have the choke hands charm, so this is actually pretty great. Look at the attention to detail. I love this. Ooh, there's another weeper there. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth, and a vein, however that's pronounced, running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Yeah. A small thing that not a... I guess... She fell. I guess not a lot of people realize is that the whales in the Dishonored universe are not the same as the whales from... What's that sound? I don't know. The whales in this universe are not the same as the whales in our universe. Like, they may be called whales, but they are nowhere near to our whales. They are huge. They are freaking leviathans. And now this is a very special encounter. There's a person we've met before down here. There he is. Remember him? That's Campbell. High Overseer Campbell, marked with the Heretic's brand. Campbell's curse. Curse that fool Hiram Vuros. Lord Regent, my lily white bottom. We almost had it all. Now I will wear the Heretic's brand for the short reminder of my days. The Heretic's brand of all things. I should have banned the ritual, but in truth I planned to use it against a few undesirables should the need arise. Perhaps even Hiram. Now it's all lost. When I spy my own reflection in a puddle of filthy water, I see failure burned into my face. I'm a cast out. And now the plague is upon me. Already the fever grows and my thoughts are as slippery as hagfish. It won't be long before I'm drooling and moaning and bleeding from the eyes. Last week I was sipping fine Tiwian wines and enjoying the comforts rightfully afforded to my position within the abbey. Today I sleep in filth, lost in this bleak and destroyed district. If my mind is going to rot away, then let this be my last words, the final coherent thoughts of Thaddeus Campbell. A great man, a voracious lover of life in all its flavors and odors, and once high overseer in the great capital city of Dunwall itself. From the blackness of the void, I fling curses upon the head of Corvo Atano. It was he who cost me everything I held dear. May flies nest in your eyes, Corvo, and may all your desires come to ruin as you've ruined mine. Thaddeus Campbell. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been a fucking asshole. Huh, Campbell? Whatever the case, thanks for that. We have our sword. I did not want to fall. We have our sword back, and our powers, and our crossbow, and all of that. I want to see if I can climb up there, like if there's a way out through there. Well, I guess you can jump to the chain. Or not. Yay, this leads out. You hadn't destroyed the river crash, then they would have kicked your ass. Now, have I missed anything up down there? Where's Campbell? There it is. I did miss something, indeed. Oh, I can't carry any more remedies, really? See, we're full already. Okay, so we have our equipment back. Do we keep the shortcuts? We do not keep the shortcuts. That's a shame. Well, we can have that. We get back our upgraded pistol, as you can see. Yeah, I'd say that's good enough. Now, where was the... There you go. The rune. What power should we get? I don't really care. We have so many. Let's get Wind Blast. Yeah, sure. Why not? It may be fun. We could... Health is increased. We could use that one. In fact, yeah, let's get both Wind Blast and the other one. Press to release a powerful blast of wind, knocking your enemies off their feet and throwing them. This power will also douse fires, shatter wood doors, and blow projectiles like arrows back at the enemy who fired them. A level 2 Wind Blast will throw enemies against the wall with enough force to kill them. We won't use it a lot, but yeah. The next upgrade would need 4 runes. Let's get Vitality, why not? It costs 1 rune and we get more health, which we'll need by the end of this chapter because we'll actually fight someone. You have an extended health bar. At level 2 you regenerate more health faster. Yeah, I'd say that's good enough. We won't use Adrenaline, we won't use Shadow Kill, and we won't use Devouring Swarm. So you can see we have that little bit more of health, that's cool. Yep. What a place. Okay. There's a swarm of rats over there. Let's get the hell away from here and let's return to our vendetta against Dowd. I don't think there's anything there, so let's just get on with it. Now the whalers know that we've escaped, so we should be careful. Return to Rothshire waterfront and proceed to Dowd's territory. You see them?
He is loyal to Dowd, yes. But there is something else. Something... No, I cannot see. Such power. If only it could be harnessed for something other than death. One of Dowd's assassins. They are everywhere. And nowhere. Dowd's men. Secrets so well kept. Even I cannot discern the truth. There is something about this one. A memory. From before. They are sick with treachery. From within and from without. When the seawall broke, many strange things were drowned and forgotten. They bring the bodies here with rough hands in cages. Some of them are still breathing. The water is so cold, and it is the last thing they feel. Death. I feel only death from this one. They are like puppets. They do not act of their own will.
Well, they joined Dowd of their own will.
It is as if there is a cloak around him, and I cannot see through it.
Yeah, that's probably what happens when you're marked by the outsider. And while they are not, Dowd is, and they share his powers.
Some mystery fuels their steps. I do feel something, but it's distant. Like a memory.
Oh shit, I did not want to climb that. Can't I climb this? I can. Huh. That was a cameo, actually. Ooh. There's a fella in here. And he has a key. Rail station office key. You can rest here, buddy. As you can see, they all have the same kind of sword. That sword design is so cool. There's a whipper in there. I hear a rune. Yep, nope, a watcher. That one doesn't move from there, so I might as well take him out. Now remember that he said that something along the lines that I didn't have the key and I couldn't do anything without the key. I believe that's actually the key. The door to the station is kept locked. The door to the station. And I have the rail station office key, so this is the key. Sure, I can't do shit without the key, but here's the thing, now I have the key. You didn't expect that one, did ya? Now let's explore this place. You'd normally go that way to the refinery and appear in that other door I showed you. All of these are dead, so I can just come here. I cannot take that one. Now I can. Sustained rage. Your adrenaline takes slightly longer to cool down. Nah. If you don't know what adrenaline is, you need to unlock it first. You unlock it here. Build up adrenaline, then trigger brutal melee fatalities. The way this works is that, well, within enhancement, your actions in combat allow you to build up adrenaline. Assassination, attacking with a sword, blocking and drop assassinations all increase your adrenaline. Once you've built up your adrenaline, you can initiate a powerful sword attack that will kill an enemy with one blow. Level 2 allows you to build up adrenaline faster and enables a double adrenaline kill against multiple enemies within range. There you go, I couldn't have explained it better myself. If you get this power and you kill people, the more you kill them, the more adrenaline you build, and it gets to a point where you've built your adrenaline meter. That's a soldier whipper. You can press, I believe it's control and plus the attack button, and then you do an insta-kill to that enemy, and you do a unique kill and animation. Donovan's journal. Except from a worn journal, everyone was looking for someone to blame for what happened. As the waters rose day by day, and one by one the business owners had to give up their shops to ankle-high muck, and river crest started growing as far back as Thresh Street. Through this, it wasn't some plot to wipe the ever-prosperous Radshore off Dunwall's maps. It was laziness and stupidity. The barriers keeping the rising river waters out hadn't been maintained in at least a decade, and once one leak started, the whole thing gave out. City was so tied up fighting the plague, no one lifted a finger to salvage the place. It's been a year now, and living in a place the region's forgotten about has its perks. Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want, but you can also die, so it's like, I missed something there. Missed a cigarette case. I wanna go up there, because I seem to remember what's there. There are river crests there. Actually, let me check something. I seem to remember.
Nothing else will grow if there are river crusts nearby.
The river crests have unique hard lines.
In the old days, the rivermen scraped away the crusts, so gentlemen and ladies could stroll by the river unaccosted by their foulness. Only the very rich can afford a necklace of river pearls. Some say they feed on tears, and they have grown so very large of late. They send orphan boys into the water to find the pearls hidden in the crusts. The pearls last forever. Not so the poor boys. When they grow in great numbers, the fish won't come. The old rivermen say this of the crust. The more vile the spit, the more value the pit.
Can you stop? You're not gonna stop. I wanna climb this, but I'm afraid I will be shot at. God damn it. Yep. I guess I could just bend time. Screw it. Yeah, there you go. Screw you. As for why we're here, well, let's explore. Let's see here. Letter to Heather. Dear Heather, hasn't Harold gone on and on to you about this treasure he's got hidden away? I thought he'd talk my ear off. He claims that it proves that he's got imperial heritage, but if you ask me, it just means that our wonderful rulers are buying favors from anyone these days. It's a scandal, that's what it is. Anyway, you should go and see him. When he goes to show you the statues, he's going to ask you to guess his safe code. Goodness, he's such a bore. So give him a sly wink and tell him it's 428. I only wish I could be there to see the look on his face when you get it right. You know he fancies you, and he's got money. He may be small and ready in conversation, no fun at all at dinner parties if you ask me, but he's got money. He has an apartment down up by the Chamber of Commerce. Dreadful little hole, only door is in through the back courtyard. And it's smaller than my loft over by the waterfront, but anyone who can afford a place of any size in that part of town has to be doing well for himself. Amelia. So 428. The safe in an apartment in Soldier Ratcher, the combination is 428. That's great. There's something else though. Was this the place with the Weeper? It is. So will you move, mate? Don't tell me you're coming this way. There's the whaler. Yeah, this is the law. The freaking district just destroyed everything. And here we have one of the paintings, the commutative rats and the weeper. So we're pretty much done in this first area. We can go to Doubts. Ooh, shit, I have no idea how you did not see me. You're coming with me? He gives up the same key, so no matter what, no matter which guard you take down, you get the key. But we're not done yet. There's the key too, so you really can't miss it. Slave routes map. You can see they're searching the place, so I don't go and go there. We could take care of them. The thing is, I don't think there's anything to loot. The whalers will sometimes have a pouch, but they don't have money. They have crossbow bolts. So, yeah, I think it would be easier to just spend time and get the hell out of here, because I don't think there's anything. So let's do that. Go to Central Radshire. And here we are, the Flood District. This is the exact same building I talked about before, and as you can see, that's Jessamyn's statue. And here we are. No one knows how he looks. Just the whaler mask. And there it is, Jessamyn. Now, remember the note we just took, Central Radshire, by Heather? The save is actually down here, believe it or not. I've missed this save in a lot of playthroughs because it's down there. Filtrate the base and find out. There's one of the assassins. So the way it works is you just go there. And there's a saving here. Now I don't remember exactly where. Seems like it's down there. You can breathe, no problem. Anyway. Now was it 428? It was. And you get a statuette, worth 150 coins, and that's it. Anyway, better than anything. So yeah, as you can see, you may have a fancy apartment in the best part of town, but if that part of town gets flooded, then, well, you get fecked. Doesn't seem to be anything here. It's so... oh man, the ambience in this level is great, look at this. Full of filth, posters on the wall, the light fading. Just great. I can't climb that, obviously. But I could go here. And here we are again. I don't want to go through the main path though. This is Doubt's apartment. We'll end up here, by the way. Lots of whalers. A direct attack wouldn't genuinely work. Now, is there any note here? Something that I should read? Doesn't seem like it. You can see that's probably just crossbow bolts. How many crossbow bolts do we have? We retrieve all our equipment, so I'd say we have, yeah. Wind blast, we have it there. As you can see, they have balls, as I told you. And there are hounds there. Yeah. Now, the only hounds we've seen in this game were those trained by the overseers. And we know the overseers and the whalers fought, so I wonder. They're two coming to the same place, unless that one turns around or something. Or that one turns around. We're about to fight Dowd. Dowd is not like any of the other targets. I mean, sure, the other targets screwed us up too, but Dowd killed the Empress. The person Corvo probably loved, again. It's nothing but implied. But those implications are there and are pretty hard to ignore. So, even if Corvo didn't love her romantically. And again, this is ignoring anything that Dishonored 2 may... What the hell happens? This is ignoring anything that Dishonored 2 may confirm. We're talking about Dishonored 1 here only. We're guiding by the things this first game says. Fuck. So are you gonna come here? Some me. Come on. Sucks to be you. Oh, have they all seen me now? There you go. I don't know if this will screw up the dialogue I told you about before. How none of them would see me or something. I guess we'll just have to see. I killed one of them. Oh well. It seems this is the one that I left unconscious after the fact. Oh. Nothing here. Excerpt from an assassin's log, excerpt from a fresh journal. The 4 hounds we rescued from the overseers are making great progress. I'm confident that with continued care and proper feeding, the training that they received at the hands of the zealots will fade and they'll begin to behave more to our liking. So there you go, that's why there are hounds there. I don't really know how useful overseer hounds would be for a bunch of stealthy assassins, but like, I don't know, maybe they could use them for intimidation jobs. I'm sure they get some of those. Or maybe they would just use them to protect this place, who knows. No, don't fall, don't fall! I tried to save you. To be fair, I didn't kill you. Gravity did. Would you have fallen if I hadn't knocked you unconscious? Possibly not. Does it matter? I don't even want to deal with them, so I want to just go there, grab the bone charm and leave. Yeah, you're looking good, buddy. Blood Ox Heart. Your max mana has been slightly increased. That's a good one. You regenerate. Ooh, you regenerate faster or have more of a pull. I like regenerating faster. Climb slightly faster. Move forward slightly. These are all good. Let's see. Power effects slightly improved. That's also good for blink and stuff. Win sword contests more frequently. This one will be useful. In our little bit, breath capacity, moderate keyhole PP, that's not that good. Breaking glass sounds is moderately reduced. From this point forward, this one will be not that useful. Swim speed increased. I mean, one of these three will go. Yeah, screw that. Nice. As you can see, we have our mana increased. Slightly, ever so slightly. Turn around, dude. Turn around, I wanna climb back up. There you go. There are hounds there, so I don't wanna go there. Ah, god damn it. Let's see. Fucking hell, I thought I had... Oh well. I thought I had blink equipped, I'm sorry for that. There should be some assassins still here. Roaming? So I wonder where. Those are rats. Maybe I miscounted them and there's no other whaler. Oh no, there he is. Where are you going, dude? Are you really just gonna chill there? I don't like that. God, I love their outfit. There you go. Don't fall to your death. Thank you. I think we're done out here. At least for now. Have we explored this place? We have not. Martha's journal. Martha! Don't say her name. Okay. Except from a worn journal. The whalers came in greater numbers last night. We ran as soon as we heard the odd sounds they make, but half of our men fell before we could scatter. Lorian says they aren't whalers at all, but cultists hiding their faces behind masks from the old oil processing factories. We should have moved out when they first started skulking around. They were after the old Chamber of Commerce building for the same reasons we settled here. It's secure, fairly dry, and there's a tunnel underneath, leading straight to Rathshire Gate. This is when the whalers first appeared here. And now we know that there's a tunnel underneath the building itself that leads to Rathshire Gate. So that should be pretty useful. Sup, Jasmine? Couldn't protect you. And so far I haven't done that great of a job protecting your daughter. But hey, I'm trying. It's difficult being a one-man army. Here we are, the building, the Chamber of Commerce.
I have a job tonight.
What's the delay?
I am gate-bound, not river-bound.
And Dowd holds the key to the tunnel and is asked not to be disturbed. Is that it?
Correct.
This prisoner we took, the bodyguard who was with the Empress, seems to trouble him gravely.
Yes. I feel that we've reached a turning point tonight.
Yes. Good luck on your assignment when you're permitted to leave.
They said tonight. That's another one of these missions where they say tonight when it actually happens at daytime. The first part of the conversation you could just say that he has the assignment tonight, but now it's daytime. But the way they phrase that last part, it's fairly obvious that they're talking as if it was tonight, right now. That's why he needs the key to leave. Now, they said that Dowd had the key. We just learned, thanks to that other journal, Dowd's key needed. God damn it. That seems like a pocket watch. We just learned, thanks to that journal, that there's a door underneath this building. And now, oh that's cool, you can actually steal from him. And now we know that Dowd has the key. And I mean, Dowd's key, so yeah, there you go. That has some more money. Well, we'll get the key, don't worry. Don't you worry about that. And that requires the key too, and there's a note in there. Notice from Dowd. If you have an assignment that requires that you travel to Rathshire Gate, see me. I hold the key. There you go. That's the way we need to leave. But Dowd has the key. He's quite literally between us and the exit. He won't be for long. Where has the whaler gone? He's not behind me, is he? Well, close enough. Are you gonna move, mate? Sup? I could kill him, but I don't want to, and I don't want to waste one of the darts either. Come on, dude. Make me a solid.
A haze surrounds them. I cannot see through it. It is the same with all of Dowd's men. They exist in the place of fog.
They do, because they're connected to the outsider. Thus, the void. I completely missed this. Okay, instructions from Dowd. The sleep toxin is only to be used on abductee targets and on bounties which we need alive. Don't waste them trying to avoid collateral casualties. This is actually ironic, as on the DLC you can obviously, just as with Corvo, you can use the sleep darts whenever you want and do whatever you want with them. But I guess it makes sense for Dowd, being the leader, to do whatever the hell he wants with the toxins, with the sleep darts. And his men, they are the ones that are just supposed to make do, basically.
For your next trial, you must move unseen. Stay in shadow and avoid the light. Cross to the other side of the room without attracting notice.
He shouldn't be here, by the way. He should be looking that way.
Very good. I did not see you approach. Now, attempt a transversal. Do not focus on your destination with your eyes. That is folly and will limit the potential of the power. You know the layout of the room. Instead, focus on where you wish to be standing, and it will be so. Excellent. We have no more to teach you for now. Return to your place of rest. Your real work with us begins tomorrow night.
A new whaler. That's how they use blink and stuff. So where are you going, mate? To sleep, that's where you're going. See, we can't carry anymore. That's it. I don't think there's anything here, is there? Besides rats, I mean, obviously. Yeah. So, as you saw, they have to train Blink and other stuff too. They can upgrade their own abilities by their own. Like, if they train, they can get to use Blink more efficiently. The way the whalers get to use Dowd's powers better is through either their own hard work, if they train, their abilities unravel, or they can also wait for Dowd to upgrade their abilities. Like, if they do good, Dowd may reward them. You're going down. You obviously can't carry any more stuff.
Master.
May I not have a moment of...
Corvo's beaten us, sir. He's killed men who have no equal in the Isles. I'm afraid he'll kill me too. You said this couldn't happen, sir.
I didn't think it could. I always thought one of you, the strongest of you, might kill me. But not a stranger. A man not trained in our methods. But perhaps he will. Remain on watch, and kill him if you can. Maybe you'll surprise us both.
I actually did not expect that conversation, I guess. Well, we'll talk after Doubt is done.
So you've lost it all. Ruined at last. Lord Regent, Royal Spy Master, Hiram Burroughs. You small, worried man. You'll never know how many times I've thought about trying to get close to you again. Just another piece of sharp metal in your eye. But now there's no need. You've been taken down by the same apparatus that gave you life to begin with. Laws and courtrooms and the mighty swell of public outrage. Good riddance to you, sir. So many schemes you had, and so many contracts. How many people did I kill for you? None like the last. None like her. I'd give back all the coin if I could. No one should have to kill an empress.
He's guilt-ridden, and he's been for 6 months. The reason why I didn't want my captors to see me was because this conversation changes depending on that, but I guess it changes depending on other things, because the conversation we got is not the one I wanted. The guy said that I killed people. The one that I expected was for the guard to say that Corvo escaped and no one saw him escape the cell, which I guess it, looking back, it doesn't only... that one doesn't only matter if your captors see you, but if all whalers in general see you. I could have gotten it, I just would have had to reload a couple of times, but whatever. Now, we're actually not gonna make Doubt unconscious, we're gonna fight him head on. This is something that you don't know in your first playthrough, but if you have low chaos, you can fight Doubt head on and spare his life after fighting him. So let's save here. There you go. And now let's show ourselves to Doubt.
A fight, a duel that no two others could fight. Against the ticking of the clock. Another slice out of time, Corvo. I've waited for this. Let's see if Cider will save your life or mine. Why are you fighting? For the men who poisoned you, left you to die. For your dead Empress. Go on, strike him. You know I killed her. Fool! We're of the same breed, you and I. We kill for others. Think I'm your enemy. I've never lied to you. It's not your place to be here. Go.
And that's the difference. If you fight in high chaos, he actually wants to survive. He fights for survival. He's not afraid of you. He thinks you're a monster just like him. And he fights with all his might. And he doesn't stop the assassins. So you have to fight him and his assassins. If you're here in low chaos, you know, he kind of sees the person he could have been. You got revenge, but you didn't kill. You didn't become a monster along the way. And this fight is a fight of honor. As you can see, it was a duel. And from this point forward, the assassins, the rest of the assassins you find throughout the level, they won't attack you. Now, let's see here, Doubt.
I have one more surprise for you. I asked for my life. When I killed your Empress and took her daughter, something broke inside me. Now I see the design on the back of your hand, the mark of the outsider himself. And I remember all I've done. The years of waiting for the right moment to step forward from an alley and drive a knife between the ribs of some noble. All the money exchanging hands from one rich bastard or another. Killing for one of them 1 year, then being paid to kill him in return the next. But what have I accomplished? More than you have, or much less. I remember bending at the shrines, listening as the outsider whispered that I was going to change things, that I was somehow important. It felt good. Made me believe I was powerful. Now I want nothing but to leave this city and fade from the memory of those who reside here. I've had enough killing. The men you worked for asked you to kill for them, but you found some other way. You took a path I could have followed, but did not. So my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
And Corvo will make his choice.
In the schoolyard, the other children would marvel at his quick hands. One day, a man came for young Dowd and led him away. No, there is no turning back from the path he has chosen.
The heart is against him.
Paid assassin, Dowd. The last thing the Empress felt was his blade.
Did you realize the heart hesitated to say that line?
His hands do violence, but there is a different dream in his heart. Why have you brought me here? Am I meant to forgive this man for what he did?
Forgive him. If at this point in the game you haven't realized what the heart is or who it belonged to, I mean, it can't be any more clear.
In the schoolyard, the other children would marvel at his quick hands. One day, a man came for young Dowd and led him away. No, there is no turning back from the path
There's no
he
other
has
lines.
chosen.
Well, for as with any other objective, let's save and let me show you the kill cam, the unique killing animation. Dowd, killer of the Empress. That should have actually not gone that well. Yeah, I mean, I should have been closer, because the way it's supposed to be is that you kill him and his body falls into the water. There you go, that's how it's supposed to be. Into the water or whatever. So yeah, and here you can take the key. Oh no, that's actually a bone charm. Huh. It's actually, oh yeah, the key is there. Whatever the case.
And you choose mercy. Extraordinary.
And there we go. I find it pretty, I don't know how to say it, cathartic maybe? How during this entire confrontation, this is canon by the way, this is what Corvo did. He fought Dowd in a duel, and at the end he spared his life. And it's at this point, right here, while Dowd is talking, where you see Jessamyn's statue in the background. And I can't help but wonder if this affected Corvo's judgment. He has the killer of the Empress right in front of him, and in the background he sees her. Whatever the case, Dowd is gone. He's gonna leave Dunwall and who knows what he'll do. That gives us his bone charm, welcoming host. You can possess white rats for longer. Oh well. Whatever the case, this is it. We got quote-unquote vengeance on Dowd, the killer of the Empress. Maybe it's not a choice that Corvo will be happy with, at least for who knows how many years, but that's it. We now have Dowd's key. We can open this. We have bonded Galvani weave. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out in the future. You can see here the different targets they've killed throughout the years. And there she is. The one and only Jessamyn Coldwind. And here you have the plans of Dunwall. This is the waterlock. This is where she was killed, obviously. So the way they did this, and you can actually see this at the beginning of the DLC. Primary target, secondary. They infiltrated through the waterlock. They were here on the rooftop and then they teleported, they blinked there and killed her. As cool as this place is, and well, I guess they appeared here from a boat. As cool as this is, I can't help but wonder why they have the planifications on the floor and they've had it here for 6 months. Because remember, we're playing 6 months after Jasmine's assassination, so it's like you've had this planning here for 6 months. And this isn't here in the DLC, and the DLC takes place before the main game, so it's like, wild. You put it here to reminiscent about it?
So you've lost.
We're not gonna hear this because we heard it live. This is what the message that Dot recorded. As you can see, here he has a painting of the Lord Regent with a sword in the throat. Well, we are now in Dowd's place, so let's just explore a little bit. The Eradication of Black Sally. We read that one. Empress Jasmine Coldwin, and we read that one. That last one, we read it in the Lord Regent mission, I know that much. Now, this is where the juicy parts are. This is Dowd's bed. Here we have a carmine jewel box, and a letter to Dowd. Dowd, I'm satisfied. Corvo would have been very useful to me, but your improvisation was exemplary. Him taking the fall for the crime simplified matters greatly. I hope you're equally satisfied with the payment. I shall contact you again shortly for additional assignments. Hiram Bureaus. Now this is where it gets interesting. Dowd's log. The latest log entry. 18 years on this wretched rock in this city of filth. I felt the blood of scholars, of noble pedophiles, of guildsmen, of unfaithful lovers, of politicians who were far too just for their own good, and of law enforcers who came too close to bringing the wrong man to justice. Why should an empress be any different? Why should I feel the entire weight of this dying city crashing down on my back? Corvo, Lord Protector, is of Serkonos, just as I once was. I might have known that fact already, but it didn't matter until I recognized it in his face. It brought back distant memories of home, and the optimistic young man I once was. What would I find if I went back there? Would I find that it has rotted from the inside, just like Dunwall? Or will it only appear that way, because I'm the one who's rotted? That's such an interesting character, and we'll talk way more about him when we play the DLC. The Lighthouse, we read that one already. The Royal Protector, I think we read that one, or we did not. I'd say we read that one already, but I don't know. Excerpt from a historical record of government position and ranks. Throughout the ages, rulers have always faced attempts on their lives. Once in a generation, the empire is rocked by the death of a powerful political or religious figure. As such, city-states across the Isles have devised varying strategies for protecting their leaders. So different bodyguard systems. In the capital city of Dunwall, each new emperor is allowed to appoint a royal protector. This is far more than a trusted bodyguard, much more revered than the hand-chosen guards defending Dunwall Tower, or the food tasters. The royal protector is a court figure given enormous latitude who keeps constant company with the highest ruler in the known world. At the age of 12, the young monarch participates in the selection process, making the final decision about who will safeguard his or her life at the age of 12. While most of those chosen a royal protector have been men, several times throughout history a woman has served well in the role. For the first time in Dunwall's history, a monarch has been slain by her own bodyguard. At the time of this writing, with Dunwall in the grip of the worst plague ever recorded, our fair empress, Jasmine Coldwin, has just been murdered. The deed was done by her former royal protector turned assassin, Corvo Attano, who is still sitting in Coldridge Prison awaiting his deserved execution. Some argue that it is worth noting that Corvo Attano is the first royal protector in the history of the Empire born outside of the Isle of Crystal. That nice little bit of racism in there. Indeed, both Dowd and Corvo are from Serkonos. And the people from Crystal, the main isle, think they're the best, they're the hottest shit, so obviously they're gonna look down on people. Especially from Serkonos, which is an island full of immigrants. And the Radshore Chamber of Commerce, there you go. Excerpt from a book covering the various districts across Dunwall and their histories. Once the financial heart of the empire, the Radshore Financial District was a hive of trade activity. No district employed more barristers, accountants, or indeed more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society set had withdrawn and the lights went dark, Radshore was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been, inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats. Once great palaces of commerce sat empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries, as well as anyone else looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon as the most proper name for the place. Well, that is true indeed. So we are done here. Our business in the flooded district is done. Now we just have to go away. Okay, I still have to get one more health elixir. We used a couple of those in this fight. It was a good fight. As you saw, whenever he shooted a crossbow bolt, he used his left arm. That's because, as I said, they have wristed mounted crossbows. We'll see them in the DLC. And as you saw, he used bend time so that we could fight without his men interfering. If you use bend time, he comments on it. He says something along the lines of, "You thought it would work," or something like that. He's not affected by bend time, and you're not affected by his bend time. So as you can see, people market have some benefits over other people that are market too. Now we can still go back. We can still go down, and in fact there's something. You use Dautsky. There's a painting. I don't remember exactly where, but there's a painting. We used Wind Blast also in that fight, as you saw. Just to spice things up. Now the thing is, I don't remember. The painting, I think it's down this chain. I think it's over there, so... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Remember this place? This is where we first entered the building. Which means that we can now open this. Now let's go. And we can pretty much just leave the place. I don't want to miss any note. I know there's a note here. That's... Well, I was gonna say funny. It's not really funny. It's just an Easter egg. Torturer's Quaternionic Groan. That's the second painting in the level. That's the Torturer. He's dead, boy, we killed him. And as you saw with the night vision, well, not night vision, however this is called, dark vision, I forgot its name for like a couple seconds. There's a rune nearby, there you go. I think this is the note that I wanted to... Letter to the director. Yeah, this is the note. So that's it, we're closing down after all these years, after we just unveiled a new statue of Jessamine Coldwind, a broken wall and some rising water, and we're just going to abandon the building and split up our offices in the lesser districts? Are you insane? Has your brain turned to plague rats? Have you been drinking the outsider's piss? Any of these explanations I would accept sooner than the relocation assignments we all found on our desks this morning. If this is truly how you plan to operate as our director, then no, I will not accept my relocation orders. Consider this my resignation. Percival Cox, former Deputy Chairman, Radshore Chamber of Commerce. This is a reference to the TV show Scraps. There's a character, you haven't seen it, I haven't seen the all seasons, like episode by episode, but I have seen the show. There's a character called Perry Cox, and this is Percival Cox. The character is played by John McKinley, is it? But yeah, this entire note is pretty much in character. So that's just a nice little Easter egg. Doesn't hurt anyone. It's in universe actually, so that's cool. We get another rune. We have 2 out of 5. Don't worry, we're not done with the game. We're actually just around halfway done, believe it or not. This is one hell of a long level. Enter the Gateward Tunnel. Let's go. And we are out. Yep. Use the tunnel under Doubt's base. Completed. Get through the quarantine wall and out of the flooded district. Yeah, that won't be any easier, will it now?
These waters are greedy. They will never give back what they have taken.
Falling star. Drop assassinating someone gives you a bit of mana. Not that useful. Oh, great.
Even the terrible floods were not enough to wash away the sorrows of Dunwall.
You can see here how they cure people when they send them to the flooded district.
I can't see anything. I must be in a basement.
There's no hospital. I told you that. You think they round people up because there's a cure?
They're city guards. They're supposed to protect people.
They did. They protect the healthy people from people like us, the sick ones.
I'm not that bad. Some people pull through, right? Don't they?
1 in 1,000. 10,000 probably.
Any chance I'll take. When I get out of there and get better, I'm going to do right this time. A fresh start. This time.
Goodbye, my boy. Strange. You don't look ill. You're not a victim, not a guard. A spirit from the void, maybe. Another wagon comes every few minutes. How many do you think have died? They say 1/3 of the city. I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw the mound of corpses myself. They dropped us in it. I don't blame them. I know why they do it. But I only wanted to die at home.
Can't talk with them. This place is very different if you're playing High Chaos. If you're playing High Chaos, every person that we'll meet during the our traversal through here, even in High Chaos they are weepers. Now let's see. We need to go there, so let's get going. Well, not here exactly, but nearby. Even more corpses. They're not rounding people to the flooded district to cure them. That much is clear. Let's see here. Well, are there hagfish or something? Doesn't look like it. No, this is just a dead end. We'll end up there too, don't worry. Let's... yeah, that doesn't sound right. Let's see, I'm looking for... yeah, there we go. This is the way, I believe. Sup?
Get back. What the hell are you? Some new kind of guard? Like a tall boy? Can't be. Doctor, maybe? Just kidding. Assassin, maybe. Passing through, huh? Hoping to catch a ride on the plague wagon. A few come through here trying. And they fall and break their necks. But that won't stop you. You're almost there. It's pretty easy to get to the rooftops from here. You'll see the way.
The rooftops lead to a point above the plague wagon's path.
What do you want from me? To rob me? Looking for a quick roll in the mud? To rescue me? Well, I am not going anywhere. I came here all on my own, and I'm staying right here. Do you think it's better out there? I hate to break it to you, but this is it. This is Dunwall, what you see right here. Flooded district, estate district, anywhere else. It's all gonna be the same soon.
Not if I can do anything about it.
Don't you have a plague wagon to catch?
I have time. Spirit of the Deep. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction, Spirit of the Deep, Siren of the Dreams. I walked for hours along the coast, leaving Dunwall behind me until the lament of the waves drowned all other feeling. I wept, knowing you would not come to me, my love. You rule my dreams, where I behold with senses I do not possess in waking life the dark splendor of your home in the deep. There, the ocean rests on your back like a sleeping child on his father's shoulders. In these sleepless nights of despair, you appear to me, not as the mighty Leviathan, but as a young man with eyes as black as the void. Yet another reference to the Outsider and the Leviathans. Letter to Alpha. Dear Alpha, we don't care if you're sick. Please come home. We'll take care of you. I'm not afraid. Your sister tells me that you're planning on hiding in the flooded district and that you want to die alone there. Please don't do that to us. Please. I love you. It's curious. Some survivors want to return to the city even if they know that they have the plague, and thus they're gonna infect everyone they know and love. And then there's people like Alpha here, who doesn't want to propagate the plague and thus accepts her fate, even if her loved ones don't want her to. Two sides of the same coin, I guess. You can see here where the different paintings were once upon a time, before the city became what it is now. This is the alley that we visited before. We can go to the rooftops this way. Some coins, sure, why not? Even more corpses. Look at that. There's Radshire Gate. Following this line, that's where we need to end up. No exit that way though, it seems. Can I go down here without breaking my legs even if I use Blink? I don't think so. Holy shit, okay, that was not my intention to break my legs. Whatever. It's not like we're not gonna get 2 health elixirs from here till the end of the game. So there's nothing here then. Seem like it. There's not even weepers. Again, if you're playing high chaos, there would be way more weepers than what we've seen so far, which is none pretty much. Can I make that jump? I'm not gonna risk it. Yeah, this starts being full of guards.
swim soul. It's the live ones crawling up out of the canal. Every 10 minutes, gutting another one. How many times have I specified that only cadavers take the long drop?
It's why you get a weapon.
So what is going on up at the tower? Now they're saying the Lord Regent started the plague himself.
I don't understand it either. It looks like a whole other group's in charge. Doesn't change things for us down here. Second item is carriers. Are you seeing plaguers come off the cart looking healthy? A few of them make it back up, and then we've got 10 times the mess.
Could be. Between killing Weepers and finishing the barricade. How should I know? Am I supposed to kill everyone I ever see down here?
I'm just passing this on from the Stiltwalkers.
Well, pass it to the men on the plague wagons. It's their job to gut these bastards before they throw them down here.
You got another whale oil tank on its way. When the lights come on again, it'll be your job to spot any Weepers.
You think that helps? Now I can stare old ladies in the eye before I cut them down. Why do you think no one lasts on this job?
I'm heading back to civilization. What's keep your head beyond the stilts in no time.
I'll do my best. Put in a good word for me, would you?
It seems they're done with their conversation. Yeah, not everyone likes to kill plague victims. Or people that have the symptoms but aren't Weepers yet. It's rotten. You know what? Screw it. We'll get more food. I don't want to eat a rotten apple or whatever that is. We still need to go to that building that I showed you, that there was a civilian looking through the window. We'll go there, don't worry. This is where the train, whatever it is called, goes through. Which means high voltage. Which means not great. Oh, that's even worse. Okay.
Can't stand this waiting anymore. The plague wagon's running every couple of minutes now. We just need to get on top of it and ride out of here.
Okay, great, smart guy. And what do we do if we hit the wall right onto a short gate? We fry.
We'll worry about that when we get there. I don't hear you with any better ideas.
That's because you've got fat in your ear. Those tall boys are just waiting for a chance to cut loose. We get power to their lights, and they'll go off to hunt plaguers. We can slip right past.
You kill what, a dozen people? I didn't get into this to kill people.
If only you knew how to tie off a boat. We need to make up our minds. That guy in the mask I saw, he came up from the dry canal.
Mate, I'm right here. Sup? Took you a while to notice, huh? So yeah, we need to go that way, but as they were talking about, we need to deactivate that first. Isn't that right? I can't talk with him. Oh well. Yep. Not great. So this is where we were before, remember? There's Alpha.
Still paying workers.
There's a locked door here. And he conveniently has a key, so I wonder. Okay, what's here? Well, first of all, we got a couple of clues. The plague wagon returns to the Florida district every few minutes. Yep. While it stopped, it should be possible to drop down onto it from the rooftops. Yeah, but we still need to deactivate the door. The City Watch has set up floodlights to illuminate the building surrounding Rathshire Gate. When activated, the tall boys will begin hunting for plague survivors and lead their patrols. So we shouldn't be detected, so the guards don't activate that, and the tall boys kicks our asses. And also we can ride the train, but it's a better idea to just go there on foot. We'll need to go there on foot either way to deactivate the door, so... Still didn't use a single rewire tool. Letter to Ferg. Hey Ferg, a word of advice on your greedy little treasure hunting trips to the Flood District. If you find yourself stranded and the only way out is through Rathshire Gate, this rewire tool will come in handy. If you can get through the doors, the circuitry panel for the Wall of Light is just on the other side. Better yet, let me come with you. I'll handle the complicated things. Craggy. So something tells me these two are Ferg and Craggy. Nothing there. Seems like this is a warehouse of sorts. Here we are again at the ground level. So have you two died or... Nah, he's unconscious. And he is dead. Well, let's return to the new section we were in with the tall boys and stuff. Let's go here. Well, we didn't explore this, did we? Ah, this actually comes in handy. So here we are. Some resources there, and a note. But we should be careful because of the tall boys. Doesn't seem to be... yeah, there's 4 tall boys. There's another one, another wagon. I don't know where the guards are in this area. Those are the lights. Those should not be activated. If they are, the tall boys will start following us. Okay, yeah. That was the survivor talking. There's a tall boy. That's just the framework of the window. Let's be careful here. Let's try and not screw up. Yeah, there's actually nothing here. Oh. Screw it, let's do it. Security work log. Excerpt from a security work log. For the next couple of days we're going to quadruple the rate of drops from the plague wagon. This inevitably means we're going to get a growing number of plague carriers who play dead in hopes of escaping. So here's the plan to keep the Rathshire Gate area secure. Step 1. Set up some arc pylons in the courtyard behind the hotel. We have a street blocker up there, but we can't weld it shut. We still need to use that route to access the river, which means players can go... plaguers, excuse me, not players, can too. Step 2. Put a barrier between Thresh Street and Old Mosley Canal. Step 3. Install more lights, especially to illuminate the hotel and surrounding buildings. You might be tempted to borrow the old tank from the pylons to get the floodlights working. Do not. We need those pylons active and the back court secure. So there's a back court to exit too. That's interesting. Contractor's note. It's getting harder to find healthy workers who are willing to lay down conduit in the flood district. So what we're going to do is pick out any strong-looking males who show signs of the sickness and offer them work in exchange for us to look the other way. They get these floodlights hooked up, then you do what you want with them. CS. Beautiful. They're all hard. Well, there are lights that way. So let's investigate. Yeah, that doesn't look great.
Even if we get out of here, I'm worried.
Listen to that. Magnus is worried. Apart from dying in the muck in the flooded district, what's to worry about?
I'm saying even if we get out, we're just bringing it back to our families.
I don't have a family, and if I did, I wouldn't care.
No one's keeping me here. I'll infect the whole city. Just get me out.
I heard Blake back in the stairwell talking about a plan. Sounds crazy. All of us here are too weak to do it.
If I hear that thing power down, I'm going.
Me too. I bet the family man here is right behind me.
And this is the other side of the coin. Alpha stays here because she doesn't want to infect the rest of her family. These ones just don't give a damn. They want to leave. Which, you know, given how you're infected...
Who are you hiding from in that mask?
Come on, you haven't heard about me? How long have you been here? Must not have been long, seeing how you're still alive.
What would it be like out there to live without fear again? To live like a person?
Well, they talked about a Blake. Yeah, this doesn't look nice. They talked about a Blake,
I used to work the river. Eel's Bend, flooded district, the Whale's Tooth. I know the land out here, believe it. Only way out is past the arc pylon.
And your friends? They could really help?
They're twice as good as I am. When the zapper goes down, they'll come for me.
They won't rescue us while it's on?
They're good, not crazy. When the pylon's off, they'll move and not before.
I know you. I heard you've been all over town scaring the piss out of the higher-ups. You got quite a name. Too bad you're stuck down here with the rest of us. Listen, I've got friends coming to break me out of here in a couple of days. But we first need to take that arc pylon down. You'll find it in the courtyard just behind these buildings. You may want to take the stairs up, though. It'll give you a good vantage point. Pull the oil tank out and the pylon powers down. Don't take too long deciding. When they get the floodlights on, the tall boys are coming in to clear this place out.
Well, we saw the arc pylon already. To create a safe haven for the plague survivors, the arc pylon in the courtyard behind the buildings where they're hiding must be shut down. Blaze suggested that the upper floors offer a good vantage point of the courtyard. It does and will go that way. I'm full health.
If you want my advice, head up these stairs. You'll get a bird's eye view of the problem. Might even see a solution. It's just one arc pylon. Should be easy for a man like you.
It will be.
Take down the pylon, or die trying. Between the plague and the tall boys, it'll come to the same thing soon enough.
You gotta talk to Blake. He's my brother. He knows everything.
You know, you look an awful lot like Alpha.
Me and my boys have smuggled more whale oil than you can imagine past here. You help me, and I'll owe you a favor. Trust old Blake on that.
Are you in? You part of the plan?
Yep.
I never knew my brother was a smuggler. I always thought that they were awful people. But now that's going to save our lives.
You should never judge a book by its cover, especially here in the Dishonored universe.
3 days now. 3 days and all I feel is hungry. What does that say to you?
I don't know. That we don't have any food?
I'm immune. I must be. 1 in 1,000 and it's me.
Terrific. I'll turn cartwheels on my way to the mass grave.
Don't be bitter. You're not weeping yet. And the tall boys will probably kill me anyway. And maybe I'll dedicate myself to finding a cure. I'll be like Sokolov.
Oh, cut the crap, will you? Once you're out, it will be out of sight, out of mind. Go throw yourself off a cliff.
To escape you? I just might.
Yeah, you look an awful lot like Alpha and Blake's sister. Okay, you may wonder who are these two. Mace Brimsley's journal. We've heard about the Brimsleys before, so I present to you Brimsley, Lord Brimsley and Mrs. Brimsley. Mace Brimsley's journal. Day 1. When the death counter came, I was certain that if they discovered the illness in my wife, then I would be taken as well. I commanded her to feign death, and I did the same in the hope that the inspectors would be either too lazy or too stupid to care. True to my suspicion, we were loaded onto the plague wagon without them even bothering to check us for pulse. The death counter seemed only concerned in the value of our state. Day 2. I cannot be certain if it was luck or cruel fate that I should survive the drop from the plague wagon. I suspect it might be a curse, for my darling wife not only survived unscathed as well, but the experience nor the plague have done a thing to halt her nagging mouth. Soon we discovered that we were not the only survivors, and in fact a small band huddles close to the Rapture Gate, begging for any chance at freedom. Day 3. Certainly by now I should be feeling the effects of the sickness within my chest and throat, but aside from dehydration and the pains of an empty stomach, I feel nothing. Well, in High Chaos they are both weepers, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not immune.
Keep your distance, scum.
Thanks. You know I'm gonna save you, right?
You think I'm some beggar woman? I'm a Brimsley. If I were at home, I'd have you thrown out.
Cute. You know I've been at Boyle's.
When I get out of here, I'll burn this place to the ground.
There's a man here by the name of Blake. Industrious chap. He's our best bet out of here. You could find him across the back hall.
Talk with him already.
Never again, I swear. Once I'm free, they'll never do this. That mask must have cost you. Are you of good family? No, you can't be.
You have no idea. I'm not a good family, but I was the Empress's bodyguard, so... That's it, yeah. So as I said, we've heard about the Brimsleys before. During House of Pleasure, the mission where we defeated the Pendleton twins, we interrogated Bunting, the art dealer, and he confessed that he worships the outsider with the Brimsleys. During Lady Boyle's last party, we heard some of the aristocrats talk about how Mrs. Brimsley supposedly bathes in her nephew's blood. And during one of our visits to the pub, Lydia said that she observed one of the Brimsley's party and that it was very strange. So there you have it. That's what we know of the Brimsleys. They definitely worship the outsider. As for what else, I don't know. So we're going through here thanks to the key that we took from Blake. He said that this would probably be the best route to take out the arc pylon that's on the back alley. So we're gonna go and do that. Try and do that at least.
I will be glad to rest. They butchered the deep ones here, breathing in the rich stink of their enchanted flesh.
And here we are. As you can see, there are two, but they're powered by a single whale oil tank. There's also one death counter guard. At least I hope there's only one. Yep, seems like it. We could reroute it so that it kills the guard, but I think it would be faster or easier to just use spent time to take that out and at the same time shoot a bolt into him. Yep, this is what I wanted to see. Not creepy at all. Pretty sure the death counters did not put all these plague victims here. So who did? And why are they called food? Call to the Spheres Volume 3. Oh, we did not read that one? Oh well. Excerpt from a work of fiction, Final Chapters. Remember that we read Volumes 1 and 2 throughout the game. I do not fear the void, nor am I concerned with the spiritual sanctity of the weak. For I am now his herald, his chosen, having seen his sublime vault, where eternally he feeds upon the substance of the void. Alone in Orcado's ship, the floor painted red with life, I draw designs with my fingers and gaze through the portals at the land rising below. There I will build the first monument to his glory, a rotting wound in the flesh of nature. Patiently I build, awaiting your arrival, O great scion of the void. Obviously it's talking about the outsider, giving how whenever he refers to him, the word is in capital letters. So, where he eternally feeds upon the substance of the void. Yeah. Whoever was here, whoever did this, and did this, well, you know what I mean. Okay, here we are. Can we blink there? Nope. Okay, what is the guy? Where are you, dude? Oh, there you are. Nice. Easy as that. Way too many incendiary balls. You're coming with me. Let's not leave you here. Can I go up there? Yes, I can. Screw you. I don't want you to catch the plague or anything, but still, screw you. Yeah, you can stay around here. Why not? Just chill. Now the thing is, as you can hear, a tall voice comes this way. So we actually need to do a little bit of trickery. I don't know if the developers wanted us to do it the way I'm gonna do it, but during multiple playthroughs I figured this is pretty much the best way to do it. Now, let me save here. Hopefully I won't screw it up, but oh yeah, by the way, the back courtyard is safe.
I ain't seen nothing braver. And I worked the river for 15 years. Thanks for shutting that thing off. Stay quiet, and I'll get these people moving.
Okay, so now everyone will move. That's the threat zone.
Don't expect me to celebrate. It still might be a week before Blake's friends get here.
So this is the way you do it. You basically stop on the door, so they can't move, and when the tall boy goes out, then you get away. Come on. All of you. Run. Nice. Well, it wasn't that bad. Wasn't that hard.
I may still end up a weeper, but at least I'll be a free drunk weeper.
Now, like I said before, it may be another day before my old buddies can get here, but they got a boat big enough for the lot of us. So just sit tight. One thing you learn from being a smuggler, half of any job's waiting.
Yeah. You're not gonna survive, buddy.
Fine, you helped us. But don't expect a pat on the head.
I don't know if I can ever repay you.
You don't look sick. Get out while you can.
You think I'm some beggar woman? I'm a Brimsley. If I were at home,
Just
I'd
because
have
we
you
can't see
thrown
blood
out.
from your eyes doesn't mean you're not sick with the plague.
With my rescue, the entire city might yet be saved. You are a boon to society, young sir.
You did it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You can wait with us, or fight your way through if that's what you want. From the looks of you, you might just make it. Before they set up the arc pylons, I had stashed some elixirs up here.
Yeah, I found
Maybe
them.
you've already found them. At any rate, good luck out there.
I found them. Thanks, though.
Never again, I swear. Once I'm free, they'll never do this.
Feeling the chills yet? Feeling the crazy yet? It's a strange tattoo on the back of your hand.
Thank you. I knew we'd make it out of here. I knew it all along.
That mask must have cost you. Are you of good family? No, you can't be.
I never knew my brother was a smuggler.
You're just repeating lines.
When I get out of here, I'll burn this place to the ground.
You probably won't. Still, though. Ah, screw it, let's make use of our powers. Sup, I'm a tall boy. Now I don't know how long these powers will last, so I don't wanna get cocky. Our job here is done. Now we just need to deactivate the wall of light and go away. Something here doesn't seem like it. We can enter this building though, or we can just go straight through it. No weepers, as I said. All of these would be crawling. We could spend the entire game killing. That's our objective. We need to deactivate that. try and not screw it up. Can thankfully do most of the job through here. There's also that lever. I actually don't remember what that lever does. I don't know whether to risk it for the lever or not. The safest thing will be to just go to the whale oil, but I wanna know what the lever does, damn it. Nope. Don't see me, dude. What's up? Nice ball. He hasn't seen me yet, thankfully. Even if you have the 3 marks on the head, if they don't turn red, he hasn't seen me. He just is very, very suspicious of me. It is not a good place at all. It's maybe worse. Actually, no, I think this is way better. Yay. Well... Ah, I wanted to climb up. Well, screw you too. Well, no matter. Yeah, I think the lever would just have opened this door, which isn't that worth it. This is down, so we can just safely pass. And with that, we are done with the... well, kind of, yeah, we are done with the flooded district. We're not done with this level though. Old Port District outskirts. I guess this would have been another way to do it. Yeah, well, if I hadn't jumped down through the chain. Oh well. And with that, travel to the Old Port District outskirts. The Old Dunwall Sewer. We're not done yet. Toil and trouble. You've escaped the flooded district and now you're winding your path back toward the Hound Pits pub.
They left in great haste, scattering like insects, eager to bore into the nests you made for them.
Yeah, she's talking about the loyalists. Well, she, it, whatever you think the heart is.
Emily banged her head in the confusion. They dragged her crying into the waiting boat. She called your name.
Reinforced vaults. Vaults stuck in enemies break less often. Well, that's for crossbow vaults, normal vaults, but sleep darts are useless once you shoot them once, so...
You are like the rivermen. They spread their nets wide and pull up all manner of things. The sweet, the deadly, the poisonous. All together in one catch.
Holy fuck, yeah. Nope. Nope. Not gonna happen, mate. God damn, that was a lot of whippers. That is still a lot of whippers. Okay, they must have hurt me. Either that or they're programmed to just run around. Yeah, whatever the case, it doesn't seem like they hurt me. It seems like that's just what they do. Or, yeah, I think they were there, and when I broke the door, their AI tells them to just go to the sewer entry for some reason. I think that must be it. What do we have here? That Weeper with some loot, but nothing else. Nah. Did the Weepers really put these rat skewers here? Or did they put them before they turned into Weepers? Because I don't think they're capable of thinking. Well, I actually screwed myself. Because if I hadn't broken that, which I did for no reason at all, the Weepers would have stayed there. While in this case, they are here, and that's not... yeah. Not sure that was such a good idea. I have the quick, however it's called, quick arms thing, so at least I can take care of them fast as hell, but still, can't climb that. Okay, those two are going up, so I think I'll wait for them to go up and then return, and when they return I'll take another one down, and then there will only be two more. Wait, are you turning already? Really? That was faster than I thought. Am I able to climb this, I wonder? I am. Will they see me here? That's the other question. Yeah, the three of them are down there. And I need to go through this sewer entry. That was not the brightest idea I had. That's more ammo. Please don't tell me he's coming. Ah, goddammit. My idea was to deal with this one, but that one's following her. Sorry. Wait, what the hell? So, more Weepers spawn. If you're detected, it seems like. Huh. Why must you all see me? Can you all chill, please? I could kill you all. But I held on to the belief that you may still be cured. I probably shouldn't, seeing how you're treating me. You assholes. Even more, holy Jesus Christ. Screw it. Come on. Thank you. Well, that didn't work out exactly as I planned it. I killed what, 2, 3 Weepers? Would have been worse. I really didn't know that so many Weepers spawned back there. Like, why? Was that because I was detected or was it something else? Weird.
Wish I had a last swig of whiskey. You're the mascot's been taking down all the lords and ladies. No way through this gate unless you got the sewer key. Only one place to get that key, and I wouldn't go there. Not for all the gold in Dunwall Tower. Not again. Maybe you could pull it off, though. Something attacked us in the distillery. It used the rats. I know it sounds crazy. And then it run back under the streets. So we come down here to kill it. Slackjaw leading the way. Went bad. I barely crawled out. Don't know what happened to Slackjaw. He had the sewer key, though. It was a fog. And then rats. Rats everywhere. Slackjaw chased him deeper into the sewers. Like a nightmare, something came up and started attacking. Slackjaw's still in there. If he can kill it, I don't know.
Well, we know who was at war with the Slackjaw gang, and that has a kind of a
Hide behind their walls.
relation with rats, don't we? Now remember, back during, I don't remember if it was High Overseer Campbell or... No, I think it was House of Pleasure, our second visit to Clavering Boulevard. We found some of the whalers, we found some of Doubt's men in the distillery district, and I think I wondered whether they were there for me or for something else. And back at Doubt's hideout, we found out that they were looking for Slackjaw. They wanted to attack him, I believe, something. They wanted to do something with him. Maybe they had a hit on him. But they were unable to find him. And now we found out here that him and his gang came down here to fight something that attacked them, and he disappeared. That's why Doubt can't find him anymore. So, yeah, I really wonder who attacked Slackjaw. This is the key that we need, that Slackjaw has, so we'll have to go and find him, I guess. Yeah, someone that has a beef with Slackjaw and that deals with rats. Oh, great. I don't have time to deal with your bullshit, river crusts. Miss me. I know there are some more, like, it's obvious. Can't I go this way? I can't. Oh, that's weird. Definitely seemed like I could. Are there any more river crusts? Not here. At least, not in this area. Wait, did I miss a rune, or is that in the place that's locked? Yeah, I think that's where it's locked. I'm pretty sure I have not missed a single secret area. We can always go back. I mean, we'll have to go back to go through that door, so if I haven't find them by then. Look at them. Are you up there? No, you're down there. Oh man, there's a lot of them. Nice! Deal with all of them at kind of the same time. I'm just gonna shoot you with a pistol, not the crossbow. Screw you. What's up? Okay. I mean, we have a fully upgraded pistol. We pretty much haven't used it at all. Jelly's next task. Hey, remember Jelly? It was the first save we ever found in the game. Jelly, you daft chuffer, here's another one for you. That old witch Granny Rex told me that you'll lose your taste for whiskey in the month of wind. Then your eyes will go dim in the month of seeds. And you'll draw your last breath in the month of ice. If you want your share, you know what to do. Okay, so wind, seeds, ice. Wind, seeds, ice. So that would be 5, 2, 8. Yay! And we get Tough Skin. Your max health has been slightly increased. Is it worth it to unequip one for something like that? I'd say no, really. These are all pretty useful. So like someone slept here, maybe Jelly. Okay, well, yeah, these are the months in the universe of Dishonored. There are 13 months. So Earth, Seeds, Nets, Rain, Wind, Darkness, High Cold, Ice, Hearts, Harvest, Timber, Clans, and Songs. As was laid down long ago, there are 13 months, each 20 days in length. In the last hours of the year, the High Overseer will sound the Fugue Feast. We read about the Fugue Feast around the beginning of the playthrough. It's that time of the year that doesn't appear in any calendars and people can do whatever the hell they want because it's not recorded anywhere and there are no laws. So it's basically like, what's that movie? The Purge, I think it was? Where during 24 hours you can do whatever the hell you want. And people like kill, rape, steal. That's the Fugue Feast. I wonder if I'll be able to time this one right. Good enough. God, you have like cadavers even here. Okay, I'll use dark vision to be able to see where they are in this mud infested water. Oh boy. Seems like we're gonna go swim for a little bit. This is definitely flooded. Huh. Oh, that came in handy. Remember this symbol. We'll see this on the DLC. Associated with the same person as it is now. God damn. All full of mud. Some cannons. We're given a lot of ammo. There's a reason behind that. You probably expect that already. Spring Razor. Been a while since I was given one of those.
I'm going to boil off the nasty fat and sing and carve a pretty song on your bones.
Hey! Someone kill this crazy witch! I can make you rich!
Quiet now. Granny needs to concentrate.
Don't kill me! Granny Rag, stop! Stop what you're doing! Can we at least talk about it?
My knife's gotta be nice and sharp to cut into your skeleton, Slackjaw. Nice and sharp.
Cute. Sup, Slackjaw?
There's my love. Are you ready to help get Slackjaw's bones? Granny has some birthday gifts for you. I've been saving them up in case you ever came back to me.
Okay, I just said so we'll help her and then load the save.
Aren't you a gentleman helping Granny Rags with her stew? We'll eat well tonight, sweetheart. First thing, you'll have to put him to the knife. Don't want him crawling out of the pot now.
What you doing? Listen on me, Corvo. Don't help her! Don't let her kill me!
Unlock his chains for me, darling.
He knew I was Corvo, by the way.
Here's the key.
Give me the key, bitch.
Go ahead and unlock his chains now, dearest.
Sure, Granny.
That's right.
Come here, man.
Pick him up and toss him right in the pot. Go on. Oh, thank you. What a fine help you've been. I'll just let him stew a while now. Go ahead, darling. Take your presents and go. Granny's got things to do.
And that's it. That's the bad option. As you can see, she doesn't die. Whenever in the game you try and kill her, she always dissolves into rats and runs away, and she never dies. You wanna find out why?
That's the best you can do, dearie. Well, it's not enough.
Look at the fog and how all of these symbols illuminated.
Great Leviathan, protect me! It works best if I boil. Any chance this What will I write on your skull? That you were a fool.
Well, whatever. Here we are back again. Sup, Granny?
There's my love.
Nah, I'm not gonna boil a person alive, thank you very much.
Not going to help Granny? Well, I'm disappointed. You better leave.
Sure. I'll be with you in a minute, Slacker. Chill. Strange smelling manuscript. Served from a untitled manuscript written in a scrolling hand. Stronger than scrimshaw, a skull full of guile, whale bile, bones in a pile, white scraped gleaming, kindle fire and crackle fat, big black gobs of spat, fume up, fume up. Feathers, mad-eyed bird fell to the ground, seeds, nettle, needly, needle sea. Stir a bit. Fucking crazy. Subs, Slackjaw?
You cheating bastard. You're down here too? The least you could do is help me out. You swindled me good, masked man. And all along you were the same bastard who killed the Empress. Oh yeah, Corvo. Word is all over the street.
He said the bastard thing and that I cheated him because of the bunting safe. If you steal the contents of the safe, he says this. This is not my fight, but I'll consider it. We're gonna save him, we're just not gonna say it out loud. Okay, so Granny is practically immortal. You can't kill her, she dissolves into rats. There's a reason for that. Now, that's the painting of this level. The outsider and the circumscribed void. So you can see that Sokolov has seen the outsider, at least, well, he must have seen it in a dream or something. As you can see, what the hell is this? Smoke. Whatever. As you can see, he didn't saw his face, that's why it's not painted, but he did kind of appear to him. Remember that the outsider said that if Sokolov wants to see him, he should start by being more interesting, so he didn't have a clear vision of him. Unlike Piero, who the outsider visited in his dreams, and that's why he made the mask that Corvo is wearing right now. So, there are several things to do here. Explorer's Journal. This is very important. Excerpt from the journal of an explorer and natural philosopher. Dr. Hazian's interpretations of the Pandesian carvings are the height of ignorance. The core theme is not renewal, but dire warning. The central figure is not a benign spirit, it is clearly a monster, and the jewel a type of fetish, the key to its dark potency perhaps. The panels should be read as follows. The hero figure steals the jewel from the monster and casts it into an unquenchable fire. Thus, the monster is made mortal, and the hero is able to slay it, breaking the cycle of terror. Notes scrawled in the margins. Vera has taken an inordinate interest in my field manuals. Such appetites are unseemly in a lady of her station. I shall have to reprimand her. Second note, written in a different hand. So dreary, dearie. Remember one of the paintings that we found back at the Boyle Manor? It was Vera Moray, and I said how she looked similar to a person we had seen already. She had a cameo in her hair and stuff. Well, guess who Granny Rags is? So, the hero steals the jewel from the monsters and casts it into the fire, thus the monster is made mortal. We have, I guess I'm the hero, we have the monster and we have the fire. Now we just need to find the amulet. The Leviathan's Sorrow. Except from a report on a treatise banned by the Rothshire Trail Council. It seems we read this one already. Didn't appear like it didn't appear updated, so I think we read this one already. I'd say we have. I'm not gonna say the game is lying, so if we have, then here you have it. If not, you can pause the video and read it. Okay, so we need to leave this way, but we need the key. So basically, we need to find Vera's cameo and burn it. And that will make her mortal, then we can fight her. So, well, I already know where it is, it's here, in between the cushions. If you accept Slackjaw's proposal, I think he's the one that tells you, he's the one that screams, she has a cameo, find it or something. And you fuck off, please. I just want to get a good look at it. There you go, thank you. So there you go. That's supposed to be her. Granny Rag's cameo. Now it's as easy as taking that, putting it here, and burning it.
Oh no. I'll kill you and cook you and eat your heart for breakfast.
I know the cameo don't look like her, but it's supposed to be. When she was young, that's where she gets her powers. Throw it into the furnace, burn the cameo, and you kill her.
And that's it. That's the end for Granny Rex. She's dead. You can now leave, but obviously you can also unshackle whatever his name is, Slackjaw. She's dead. You can also, if you're going for a non-lethal playthrough, when she's mortal you can just shoot her with a sleep dart. But in canon, Corvo kills her. Which is obvious, I mean, we got this far, we're not gonna freaking use a sleeping dart, you know? This is all built on top of a whale house, by the way. This is what I mentioned earlier on, how I said that the whales in the Dishonored universe are huge. They're not like our whales. Look at that. So we're done here.
Unlock me.
Wanna know something funny? When we were kids, we were all scared of Granny Rags. Thought she was a terrible witch. Then we grew up and figured she was just a sad old lady. We were right the first time. Now ain't that funny?
I owe you. This won't even the score, but it's all I got left. Luck to you, Corvo.
Thanks, man. You can't help but like Slackjaw. He may be the leader of a gang, and he may have killed innocent guards and stuff, but you can't help but feel sympathy and camaraderie from him. Especially if you remember back when we used the heart on him several times, and it said things like he'll never know his father was a king or something like that. Like he's a prince of a place, but he doesn't know that because her mother was a prostitute. His mother was a prostitute, excuse me. Just, I don't know, it really feels like he's a man of the people, you know? And he definitely doesn't deserve, well, no one deserves what Granny Rags was about to do. With all these bones of whales. And her talk about leviathans back when she was spawning rats on us during the quote-unquote boss fight. And now I guess her corpse will just stay here to rot. Whatever the case, we have the key. We can return to where we found that wounded thug.
You find your way into such interesting places, Corvo. At the eye of the storm, raging between Granny Rags and this man who has lived his whole life with a cleaver in one hand and a bottle in the other. Crawling out of those flooded ruins, winding your way back to the pub where you last saw Emily. Where is she now? How does it feel now, knowing your allies betrayed you? Strange how there's always a little more innocence left to lose.
You're so nice.
And Dowd, the man who killed the Empress. You had him in the palm of your hand, and you let him walk away? You fascinate me.
As I said, Corvo is probably the best toy the Outsider has had in a long while. Because that's what the Outsider is at the end of the day. A trickster god. He just doesn't care. He wants to be entertained. That is, of course, until we get to Death of the Outsider and they shit all over his character. Then again, Dishonored 2 was already bad. Then again, I said we didn't talk about Dishonored 2 or Death of the Outsider, so I'm just gonna shut up now. And here we are! Yay! We returned. Remember this place? The thug isn't here anymore. There's no corpse. So he must have left. How? If I have the key? I don't know. Okay, we're missing one rule. And a bone charm. I think we'll be able to find the bone charm in this next area, so... There you go, the downwall sewer master key. Now, this place seems lived in. And as you can see, there's people there. But you can... I don't know if you can hear it, but I hear river crests. Can you hear them? Yep. Who would know that grenades are so effective against those things? Anyone else? Can't believe they put things here, like people are living here and they did not try and deal with the river crusts. Come on now. You'd think it wouldn't be that difficult if you're a bunch of people. Well, as you can see, there are survivors down here. Plague survivors, they probably escaped the flooded district. No, thank you.
I hear they might lift the curfew. I don't believe it.
Please, sir, let me pass.
She is a seamstress in a shop frequented by the wealthy. There is nothing common about the work she does every day.
Says to bring the bottle. Did they take him?
He didn't tend to that cut, and now it festers.
Our boy
All
is safe.
she wants is to lay herself down in the middle of Cromling Street and await
Lay low
death.
and meet them tomorrow.
Some men can still find work along the waterfront.
There's the rune. Holy hell, there's way too many people talking at the same time. Please stop. All these lines are genetic NPC lines, that's why sometimes they don't make sense with the people. Like, back there it said that she was a seamstress to a shop frequented by the wealthy, yet she's been down here for like, I don't know, weeks or whatever, and she's plague-ridden, so...
Your usefulness is spent. They long for news of your death.
I know.
Callista tried to protect her, but they pulled the child from her arms. Oh, the curses she spat at them. At the academy, they cut the flesh of the dead and trapped the lightning from the sky.
Have you seen my wife? Dark hair, about this tall. It was Sarah.
Sorry, mate.
Shh. Hear that? Overseer music.
I'd know if it was Overseer music, because I wouldn't be able to use magic.
All that he had was lost in the flood.
Including his wife, it seems.
A man is only as common as his dreams.
This is a nice small place that is often overlooked when thinking about the game. It's like, oh yeah, there's that one place with survivors and stuff. There's nothing important in that. There could be maybe a shop owner or something that, you know, he's been collecting scraps here and there and he's selling stuff, because there's only really two sellers in the entire game, Griff and Piero. And Griff is so out of place because he's in the first level, in the first couple of levels, but that's it, and that doesn't repeat ever in the rest of the game, so it's like, why? Piero is consistent, but then you have Griff for some reason. It's as if they entertain the idea of having hubs with people in them, but then they abandoned that idea after the first couple levels, which are the same level really, so that's why Griff appears in both. It just, I don't know. And there's the bone charm. Water of life. Drinking from fountains recharges a small amount of health. Not that useful. There's, I believe, 35 bone charms in the entirety of this first game. A lot of them not that useful. Then again, we're doing a non-lethal playthrough. Or as close as non-lethal playthrough. We're doing a low chaos playthrough. Let's not say non-lethal because I killed some people. How many bone shards do we have, by the way? We have the 35, huh? So that's it, we're done with bone charms. In theory, we have 35 bone charms. And I swear there are 25 bone charms. So I may be completely wrong, but I don't think so. Maybe there are 35 unique bone charms, but the ones that are different levels don't count, like Healthy Appetite 2, for example. Or actually no, because the number 2s replace the number 1s. Yeah, I don't know, but I swear I read somewhere that there were only 35, so I'd say we are done with bone charms throughout the rest of the game. Which, to be fair, there's not that much game left. We'll still find runes, just not bone charms, I believe. Someone lived here, it seems. How many runes do we have, by the way? We have 4. We can buy the second level to Wind Blast with We Want. I really just bought this because I knew the doubt fight was coming. Second level health regeneration. I mean, I don't care about any other power, I have all that I want. So we might as well just get second level here. And then if I can, I'll get second level Wind Blast just to have all the unlocked powers at the max level. And we'll be left with Adrenaline, which I already explained how it works. You can do multi-kills and stuff. Shadow Kill, which makes enemies turn to ash when they die, if they're unaware at level 1. So that means if you get a stealth kill, the enemy disappears and you don't have to hide the body. At level 2, all turn to ash. And then the Devouring Swarm, where you do what Granny Rags did to us in that first fight. You can spawn rats and they eat people, so that's cool. Not that great for a low chaos playthrough, so that's why I didn't get any of those. The Empress. And here we are. Beyond that door, there's the Hound Pits. I don't think it's actually like right behind that door. I think the sentiment is that you open that door and then Corvo just walks for a few more kilometers or something and you end up at the Hound Pits. But this is it. This is the end of the level. This is the end of the Flooded District and the Down One Souls. We returned. There we go. Door to the Hound Pits pub. We return there. Will we find the Loyalists? Will we find Emily? Have the Loyalists killed anyone else? Samuel was convinced that they would have killed him next. What about Lydia, Wallace and all the others? Well, I guess we'll find in the next episode. Go to the Hound Pits pub. And we are done. The Flooded District. Mission stats. We killed 5 hostiles. We killed a civilian? What? When? Huh, does Granny Rags count as a civilian? I don't think so. The thing about this is that sometimes you may kill a civilian without wanting to, like somehow. Like the Weepers don't count as civilians, I killed more than one. I don't know. Weird. Well, while I'm editing the video, I'll probably just rewatch it and see where I screwed up, if I screwed up. Huh. Well, obviously this is not canon. Corvo doesn't kill civilians. But yeah, dead or unconscious bodies found 3, overall chaos low. Special actions helped the survivors escape, recovered your weapons and gear, and helped Slackjaw defeat Granny. We found 5 runes, 8 bone charms, 1 outside the shrine. We found the 3 Sokolov paintings. These are the last Sokolov paintings in the game. There are no more Sokolov paintings. So we found all of them. And we found 4,600 coins out of 5,600. So not bad. And that's really it. Next episode we'll return to the Houndbeats pub. We'll see what the loyalists are up to. Where they've taken Emily, if they've taken her away. And we'll follow them. And next episode will be the last episode of this great game that's called Dishonored. One of my favorite games of all time. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough. If you are, stick around. And well, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.